You have money, so why do you still feel broke? No, seriously, why does your chest tighten right after you check your balance, even when everything is paid? That's not responsibility. That's a financial anxiety loop, and it doesn't go away when you earn more. In fact, for most people, it gets worse. You start checking your account multiple times a day, imagining problems that don't exist, feeling behind, even when you're ahead. And here's the part no one tells you. If you don't fix this, you can double your income and still feel like you're one step away from losing everything. This isn't about money. It's about how your brain was trained to see money as a threat. And in a second, I'm going to show you the exact mental trigger that keeps you stuck in this loop, the same one that makes enough feel like nothing. You feel that weird tightness in your chest when you check your bank account. Everything is paid, bills are gone, nothing is overdue. But your mind still acts like something is about to collapse. It's like your body didn't get the memo. This is where financial psychology kicks in hard on you. It's not really about money, it's about your internal safety system. Your personal finance situation might be stable, but your money mindset is still on alert. Even the best finance tips won't stick if your brain feels unsafe. Think about Peter Parker and Spider-Man trying to live a normal life. Even when things are calm, he's always waiting for the next hit or responsibility to drop. That's exactly how you operate with money habits sometimes. You are not reacting to reality, you are reacting to old fear patterns. And here's the twist you need to sit with. If your mind keeps treating safety as temporary, then peace never fully lands. That's why how to make money feels pointless when your emotions stay stuck in survival mode. But what happens when your brain starts imagining danger even when nothing is wrong? That's where things get deeper next. Your mind keeps running wild with what if everything goes wrong scenarios. You are sitting there fine, but your thoughts are already in a disaster movie. What if you lose income? What if bills spike? What if everything collapses tomorrow? And none of it is actually happening to you right now. This is where financial psychology starts shaping your reality without you noticing. Your brain is basically rehearsing fear like it's a daily workout routine. Even strong personal finance situations start to feel unstable because of that loop. No amount of finance tips can fully land if you keep feeding imaginary emergencies. Think about Tony Stark in Iron Man when he constantly prepares for threats that are not active yet. He builds systems for problems that might never even show up. You do the same thing with your money habits, always preparing for a crash that is not confirmed. That mindset makes you feel broke even when your bank account says otherwise. Over time, this habit trains your nervous system to confuse possibility with reality. You stop trusting how to make money progress because your brain keeps pulling you backwards. It's like living in a constant trailer for a movie that never actually starts. But the real shift begins when you learn what your mind is doing behind the scenes, and that leads you straight into the next layer. Even when your income is stable, something inside you still whispers this isn't enough. You check your account, see savings, see consistency, but it doesn't land emotionally. It's like your financial reality and your internal perception are living in two different worlds. And that disconnect is what keeps you stuck in tension. This is deeply rooted in financial psychology and your money mindset. Your brain is not evaluating facts, it is scanning for danger like it's wired for survival. So even strong personal finance progress feels fragile instead of secure. That's why finance tips alone never fully fix how you feel about money. Think about Walter White in Breaking Bad early on when stability finally starts to show up. Even when money improves, his mindset keeps him locked in scarcity thinking and control. You might not be in that extreme situation, but your money habits can mirror that same internal distrust. You build progress, but your mind refuses to label it as safe. And here's the shift you need to notice right now. Without clarity, your brain will always assume something is missing, even when nothing is wrong. That's why how to make money strategies feel stressful instead of empowering. But if you could define what enough actually means for you, something powerful starts to change, and that's exactly where you go next. Defining your enough number is where you finally stop letting your mind run in circles. Because right now, your financial psychology is operating without a target, just constant motion. You earn, you spend, you save a bit, but there is no clear line where you feel safe. And without that line, your brain keeps asking for more, even when life is already stable. This is one of the most powerful shifts in personal finance and money mindset work. When you don't define enough, your brain treats every dollar as survival fuel instead of structure. That's why finance tips feel incomplete, because you are missing the psychological anchor. Even people with strong income struggle when their habits are built on uncertainty instead of clarity. Think about the pursuit of happiness, when Chris Gardner is constantly chasing stability without a clear endpoint early on. The stress is not just about lack of money, but about not knowing what safe even looks like. Your money habits work the same way when there is no defined monthly target. You keep pushing forward, but your nervous system never gets the signal to relax. Now imagine writing one simple number that actually covers your real-life monthly needs. Rent, food, transport, basic comfort, and a small buffer so life doesn't feel tight. Once you hit that number, your brain can finally separate survival from growth and how to make money decisions. And when that shift happens, something unexpected starts building in your behavior, and that leads straight into the next step. Now you start building something most people completely skip, proof that you are actually safe. Because your financial psychology does not calm down from hope, it calms down from evidence. You can have money in your account, but if your brain doesn't recognize it as safety, it means nothing emotionally. So the goal here is to rewire what your mind accepts as secure. This is where personal finance becomes less about math and more about perception. You start listing real facts, not feelings, about your situation. Paid bills, consistent income, emergency savings, even small wins like no overdraft fees. These are finance tips in action, but aimed at your nervous system, not just your wallet. Think about The Office, where characters constantly underestimate stability even when things are fine. Michael Scott often panics emotionally despite clear evidence that the company is still running. That's exactly how your money habits can behave if you ignore your own data. You feel unstable even when your reality says otherwise. So you build a safety list like a personal scoreboard you update every week. Not to impress anyone, but to train your brain to see facts over fear and how to make money awareness. After a few weeks, your mind starts to stop reacting like everything is a threat. But even then, one hidden habit can still sabotage all of this progress, and that's where the next shift hits hard. Now you create boundaries with your own thoughts about money, because right now your mind is probably always on. You think about bills while eating, saving while relaxing, and worrying while trying to sleep. That constant loop keeps your financial psychology in a state of background stress all day long. And no amount of finance tips will stick if your brain never gets permission to rest. This is where personal finance becomes emotional discipline, not just numbers on a screen. You set a rule that money thinking only happens during a fixed weekly check-in. Outside of that window, you are not solving problems, you are just recycling anxiety. This is one of the most underrated money habits in building a stable money mindset. Think about Batman in The Dark Knight, always planning, always analyzing threats, but even he has structured moments for strategy. Without structure, even intelligence turns into stress instead of clarity. Your how to make money focus needs the same system, not random thoughts all day long. Otherwise, your brain treats every hour like a financial emergency meeting that never ends. So you schedule it like a real appointment, same day, same time, once per week. You review income, expenses, goals, and adjustments with full attention and no emotional noise. This is where personal finance starts feeling controlled instead of chaotic. But even with structure in place, there is still one deeper anchor that changes everything internally, and that is coming next. There is a point where you stop trying to control everything and start learning how to trust what is already stable. This is where financial psychology meets something deeper than planning or strategy. Because your money mindset cannot fully heal if it is always holding tension instead of trust. And all the finance tips in the world cannot replace inner peace. This is where personal finance shifts from control into grounded awareness. You start noticing that not everything requires your immediate reaction or emotional weight. Your money habits become calmer because you are no longer treating every thought as truth. And your how to make money decisions become clearer when fear is no longer driving the wheel. Think about Frodo in The Lord of the Rings carrying the ring through constant pressure and uncertainty. The journey only works when he learns when to act and when to release what he cannot control. Your financial path works the same way when you stop reacting to every internal alarm. Not every signal your mind sends is a real problem in your bank account. So the practice becomes simple but powerful in your daily life. You act on what is in your control, and you let go of what is not. That balance is what builds long-term emotional stability in personal finance and decision-making. And when you finally learn this, something bigger starts to unlock in your relationship with money, and that's where everything comes together next. You've seen how this pattern really works inside your mind. Even when your personal finance situation is stable, your financial psychology can still keep you locked in tension. You learn that finance tips alone are not enough if your money mindset is still running on fear and uncertainty. And you also saw how your money habits quietly shape whether you feel safe or constantly on edge. Now the real question is simple but uncomfortable. Are you going to keep letting your mind treat stability like danger, or are you going to retrain how you respond to money in daily life? Because how to make money is not just about earning more, it's about learning how to feel secure with what you already have. And that shift only happens when you start applying what you just learned consistently, not just understanding it once. If this hits something in you, don't ignore it. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss more content that breaks down financial psychology, personal finance, and real money habits that actually change how you think and act. Most people stay stuck because they keep collecting finance tips without ever changing their internal system. You don't need more noise, you need clarity and structure in your money mindset. And if you're serious about going deeper, there's something you should look at right now. The material called Holistic Health, Nourish Your Mind, Balance Your Finances, Transform Your Life is designed to help you connect emotional control with practical personal finance strategies. You'll learn how to create passive income streams, reduce financial stress, build stable money habits, and develop a money mindset that doesn't collapse under pressure. It's not about quick tricks, it's about rebuilding how you think, decide, and act with money every single day. Check out the material in the pinned comment now and start shifting your financial psychology in a real, practical way today. This is the point where awareness turns into action, and action turns into a completely different financial future.